Hello guys, my name is Favor Benjamin and you're welcome to my YouTube channel once more. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to clean up your seamless paper backdrop using the frequency separation method. I'm having this beautiful image of my friend Tessie right here that I took some days back. I'm going to leave her handle on the panel below where you can check her out on Instagram and also give her a follow. Yeah, so I'm going to do this first by creating our frequency separation. To do that, we're going to make a duplicate of our base layer. So I've actually worked on this image on our skin and actually done contrast on this particular image. So what's remaining is to remove the dirt or the stains on the backdrop and then sharpen the image, and then we're ready to share the image with our friends. So yeah, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you see what the backdrop looks like. Yeah, so it's pretty dirty, and I'm just going to remove all these things you see right here on this backdrop. So we start right away by first making duplicates of this base layer using our Ctrl J or Command J for Mac system. And yeah, we're going to turn on the visibility of this one, but first let's rename the layers, renaming the one at the top high layer and the one at the bottom low layer. Then I'm going to turn off the visibility for the high layer and make sure my low layer is selected. Then go to filters. Instead of using blur, Gaussian blur, we're going to use noise medium. So I'm going to make sure the radius is 3. Yeah, 3, and click OK. Then once I'm done, I'm going to bring back our high layer and make sure I select the high layer, then go to image, apply image, and then I'm going to come to this layer panel and select low. Then for the blending, I'm going to select subtract. Then make sure your scale is 2 and your offset is 128 before clicking OK. So once you're done with that, I'm going to change the blend mode of the high layer to linear light. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to group the high layer and the low layer together and name it frequency separation. So FX. Let's just name it FX, which is frequency separation. So what I've successfully done is separate the textures from the color. So the high layer actually contains the textures and the low layer actually contains the color. So what I'm going to do next is to create a layer in between the high and the low layer. So I'm going to create an empty layer and I'm going to name this mixer brush. Sorry guys, mixer brush, and I'm going to create another one and name it. I'm going to name it brush. So we're actually going to use our mixer brush, and at the same time we're also going to use our brush tool. And the mixer brush is actually to clean the backdrop, and then we're going to use our brush tool to just create a little bit of blend from one tone to another so as to make it seamless and even. So before going to use our mixer brush, I'm going to turn off the high layer, then select the mixer brush layer, and then go select my mixer brush. So once I select the mixer brush, I'm going to make sure that my weight is 35, low 35, mix 35, and for the flow, I'm going to be using 25. and you want to make sure this is checked and this is unchecked, while your pen pressure is also checked. Also, you want to check your sample or layers, because actually we will be using the information from the color layer to work on the layer at the top, which is the mixer brush layer. So you also want to make sure that your high layer is turned off, because this is sample or layer, so it's going to get information from all the layers that are, visible. So since there is nothing on our brush layer and our high layer is turned off, it's only going to draw information from the layer at the bottom, um, which is having our color, because actually that's what we want, the information we want to work with. So I'll go right away to start cleaning up the dirt on the backdrop using the mixer brush. So you just want to zoom in close and just start cleaning, like as simple as that. So we'll clean every single dirt we see on the backdrop. So I'm going to just, run through this a little bit to make it a little bit faster. So yeah, stay tuned as I clean every dirt on the image. Okay guys, actually done removing all the deaths in the picture, but actually left these ones for the last. So yeah, I want to show you guys how I'm going to take it out. Now for the areas where you have shadows, you want to be very careful and walk along the shadow lines so as to make sure not to fade, to create a different transition for that place. So in order to retain the shadows, I'm just going to run along the shadow lines and make sure we retain the same information. So what we just want to do is just clean up the depths while we retain all the information we need to retain. Yeah, all the information we need to retain on that particular shadow area. So yeah, so the picture still look real by the time you're done with it. It doesn't look too, too edited. Okay, so let's see what we've done. Yeah, so we've successfully cleaned out the depths. So let's see. Yeah, so all the depths are out first. So we're going to run through the edges and make sure that we don't have any overlapping fade that is entering into the subject's body. So once we see that there is any overlapping, we have to use our eraser to erase those overlapping areas, or you can as well create a mask on this mixer brush area and use your brush to like clean for more accuracy. But I'm going to use the eraser tool for this demonstration. I'm going to reduce flow a little and make sure the hardness is pretty much okay. Then yeah, I'm just going to erase those overlap areas. Do that for the props and also do it for the subject's body. Okay, we want to do this carefully and make sure that we are getting it accurately. So that's very important that you zoom in very closely and yeah, make sure that everything is in place. So once we are done with that, we're actually done with using our mixer brush. So what I'm going to do next is just to use my brush tool to just blend the entire backdrop in to make sure that everything is aligned and the transition is pretty much smooth. So we're going to select the brush, yeah, and we're just going to, brush through. But first, I'm going to change my flow to 2, and yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick colors from areas and just brush it through, so create a smooth transition in the background. I'll actually make it look cleaner when we do that anyway, so yeah. Don't want to overdo it, because sometimes you feel like you're not doing anything until probably you turn the visibility off and on and see what you've done. So I'm just trying to be careful, but most times you have to just turn it off and on. Yeah, so I think we've achieved what we actually wanted to achieve with that, so I think I'm okay. So what I'm going to do now is just also go through the edges again. My eraser brush and just erase those overlapping areas. Okay, I'm good. Let me do something around this. Good. So just okay, so that's good. So we're done with cleaning the backdrop. So all we just check now is to check for depth, because since we've been working on the color, the color layer, which is the new layer, which has the color information. If we turn on the texture, we still find out that there are some few depths that are recorded in the texture layer. So what we'll do with that is we'll select the texture layer, which is the high layer, select that, then zoom in and use our clone stamp tool to actually clean off those little depths. So just take them out. So I actually use this method because for me, it's faster and more accurate. Mostly for accuracy. That's the more important thing. You want to make sure that you are doing the right thing and you get it accurately. So with this method, you can actually clean any kind of depth out of the backdrop and still make it look as authentic and original as possible. It's almost as if nothing ever happened to the backdrop, and that's how the backdrop looks. Okay, so we're done with this. So let's just go back and see the before and after of this and see what we've done. So wow, so you see, yeah. Okay, so I think we're done. So if I really want to do any other thing, I'm just going to increase the brightness of the backdrop and I'm okay. But I think with this, the backdrop is already looking clean and Lovely. So let's see. Good. So actually taking out every stains from the backdrop, the wall and floor, so you can actually see the difference. So yes, this is it. So I'll just increase the brightness with my curve. I just want to increase just the brighter side as well. Okay. I just want to make the background look whiter and brighter as well. Okay. I'm going to put this in the group and just create a background and make sure it's not affecting the subject it's acceptable. Yeah. I like how dark our skin is looking already. Chocolate, so okay, good. So we're done with this image. So let's see. Wow. I'm going to do like a global dodge and burn of skin to make it look better. So at the end of this video, I'm going to show you the final image. But yeah, this is what we've done, and this is how clean the background looks right now, as compared to what we started with, which is this. So this is before, this is after. This is before and this is after. So thank you guys for staying with me throughout this video. Actually done cleaning the backdrop. So what I'll do next is just sharpening my picture and save for web. So I'm ready to share with my fan base and my friends and those my audience actually and also to everyone who look forward to see my image every week. So thank you for staying with me throughout this tutorial, and I hope you've learned something new. I would like you to tell me if this video is beneficial to you on the comment section, so you can like, share this video, and also comment on this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also click the notification button so you see other videos like this. You'll be the first to know when I drop other videos like this. So thank you very much. See you in the next video. Cheers.